Still,
It is a BMW engine.
yeah, that's
It
true.
looks regal.
No. Plus, if you have watched some British cinema,
Of
you know how
course.
well it is used in movies. So, sorry, we were talking about motorsports because there is a sports-related news that's just coming in. Actor Ajit, who's quite popular in the south, he's also a enthusiast,
The
a
original
racing.
Thala.
The racing enthusiast. So he's met with an accident. We were just discussing that. But we'll have a report on that on Sports Today a little later in the day. So watch out for that. Meanwhile, we are here as always to discuss what is happening in the world of cricket. And
Right on cue, Siddharth coughed. Clearly, he's not recovered from
Yeah.
where he left us yesterday.
Not recovered.
but
Or
the
he-
fact that he's here,
Yeah.
he could have not been here, na?
Yeah.
Could have taken a sick leave, or he could have come late like you.
Yeah.
But he has not.
This is called taking pot shots, isn't it?
He is
There is a joke.
dedicated.
Multiple pot shots.
Multiple pot shots. Yeah, but then, yeah, if I would have stayed at home, I mean, I could have had a worse situation because no one at home is better off.
No, but then you would have had 3 straight days off.
Then you know what would have happened? As much as I praised him, I took a pot shot at you, I'll balance it, I'll take a pot shot at him. He had to come because you would have had FOMO otherwise. How?
Yeah,
FOMO, for those of you who don't know, fear of
fear
missing,
of missing out.
fear of missing out. FOMO is like, why will I not be there?
Yeah, you know, I got a 2-day off. It's better.
But
so.
the pot shot thing comes because, when I did inform these guys, I used that word in those many terms only.
FOMO?
No.
Ah.
Pot shots.
Acha.
So yeah, things were.
Delhi belly.
Yeah, there were a lot of lavatorial jokes after that because the situation was rather lavatorial.
Please save us the details. We're not
Yes.
interested on why Harshit is late today, which is why we have started the program late, all because of Harshit.
Yep.
But for those of you who understood, it's okay. Otherwise, you can see that scene from Andaz Apna Apna.
Or even Delhi belly.
Orange.
Yeah,
Oh, Delhi.
Delhi belly.
Oranges.
I don't want to think about it. I really don't want to think
So,
about it.
talking about FOMO, we had the great Sunny Gavaskar, who felt a bit left out when his name wasn't called out and he wasn't asked to come for the trophy presentation. I know this happened 2 days ago, but since it's our story and we've got the man on record and a lot of you have consumed that content, we thought that it's best to put perspective on that as well. What did everyone make of it?
I honestly felt that, okay, storm in a teacup. Okay, the protocol until the very last moment they didn't know. If it was a tied series, then I think both could have given the trophy. But we know that, okay.
No.
Is it like a rule like this?
No, I'm getting to that only. I sort of was really curious to know what exactly the problem could have been, because what Sunny ji said, he said that he was notified, not even him, the people he was commentating for, they were told that if India ends up retaining the border Gavaskar, that is, even if they tie it, at the end of the day, someone is retaining it,
Yeah.
because at some point someone has won it.
Yeah, if India won Sydney.
If India won Sydney, basically, then he would have gone and given the trophy. Then Alan Warder would not have been there or would have been there. So I was a little curious to know that is this the case that whoever retains it or wins it, is it always like that?
No.
Yeah, that's right. So I sort of tried to see visuals.
You
And
did research.
yeah, I was really curious. 5-6 people together, everyone then wanted to know yesterday.
What is your research
Then I was really curious to know. I just wanted to see if at any point ever since the series has started, if anyone has sort of at any moment of the at the end of the series when both of them together have given the trophy, and I was successful in finding that. India had won 2003. India had not won. India had retained it.
Yeah.
Saurav Ganguly. It was both of them were on the stage, both of them gave it. So at the end of it, I realized that there is no such protocol that whoever is retaining it or winning it, only that person will sort of come out and give it. So if both of them were on the ground, then I think ideally both of them should have given the trophy because there is no such protocol.
Yeah, and Siddharth is saying that it's a storm in a teacup. See, do you think that it had something to do with Mr. Gavaskar's comment during commentary? Because he did go after few things that happened in the series. One, he went after the Australian media. Two, he went after a few umpiring decisions, and all of them rightly so. He also went after the pitches that were on offer, where he said that if these kind of pitches
15
you
wickets,
make in India,
yeah.
then you guys will start cribbing. But look, we are not. So my point is that because he was vocal, because he was calling a spade, and that's where I think he's paid to give his opinion. And he was giving his opinion. Whether you agree with him or not is another matter. But he was giving his opinion. Do you think that's the reason that this came? Because as Shashwat explains, there was no rule as such that if one person wins, then he will give. If the other team wins, then the other person.
So you're saying
2003
somebody wanted to take out their frustrations?
No, I am saying that I am saying that this is a situation that very well could have been avoided. What was the harm?
No, but Cricket Australia, if it would have been Cricket Australia who would have done it because he was going after the pitches, after the umpiring, then I don't think they would have come out and issued a statement saying that they
That's
are
an easy thing to
sorry.
say, na? If the statement had to be issued, then they should have issued it beforehand only. It's only after the criticism happens, Mr. Gavaskar, and he was quite upfront about it. He said that he was a bit awkward. My point is, he is there in the ground. The trophy is named after the two gentlemen. How does it make a difference who's won? If both the people are available, okay, fine. If he's not there, you don't want to fly him down and get him for this very thing. He's not only there, he's on the ground at that same time. It's just basic thing. And as Shashwat pointed out, they have jointly given the trophy in the past. How does it matter?
I mean, it's happened in 2003-04, but then apart from that, somewhere down the line, 10 years later, one team winning it, that is Australia, just Alan Border giving it was a rare sight. But with Sunil Gavaskar being so vocal about other things, about the pitches, again, lots has been said, lots has been done about the pitches. Sydney in particular, 15 wickets well, I agree. If it was India, we could have seen a poor rating or an average rating. I don't know what ratings will be given for the pitch. I agree with him on that. Umpiring, well, it was not just India that faced it. Even Australia had some dodgy decisions, but that's how the technology was. Real-time Snicko this time went absolutely cold. This series was RTS gate, real-time Snicko gate. Nothing worked for that. Apart from that, so two valid points he raised. But as far as the media is concerned, I mean, why take the tabloid press so seriously? Some obscure Western Australian tabloid is trying to take pot shots at Virat Kohli. Okay, the behavior that he exhibited in Melbourne, he started the fire. But why should we give a tabloid?
But sir, it's not about whether you should take these things seriously or not, and whether there's merit in criticism for umpiring, media. That's not the debate. The debate is that whether his honest opinion went against Mr. Gavaskar being called to the
I
presentation.
don't quite think
You
that...
may agree or disagree with his opinion is another matter.
I don't think Cricket Australia would have come to that decision basis what his opinions were of the media
So
over
then
there.
how did they come to the decision that we'll only have one person give it?
See, they also had a decision of both of them presenting the trophy on day one of the series as well. I remember the two of them.
No, but that was all
walked out.
throughout the series because even
So exactly-
Harbhajan and Adam Gilchrist, Harbhajan
No,
and
I'm saying the
Gilchrist,
series
they got
Ricky
one
Ponting,
legend.
yeah.
the scene.
But then that itself tells you that if everything was fine at the start of the series, that you thought that both of them should go, what happened by the time the series ended? That you decided only one person should do it.
I'm just saying, we all saw 5 test matches. There was competitive cricket at times. At times, this was one-sided cricket. At the end, this was, again, not something that should have actually gotten the kind of prominence that it's getting right now, is what I feel. The cricket's over. This is just an off-field thing, I feel. Sunny didn't feel, he probably felt disrespected. He probably felt that, he didn't get his due or whatever it is. I can't speak much for him. But I think it reminded me of, on a lighter note, if I can say this. I didn't see any, okay, it happened. He felt bad. It's fine. I respect his feelings. But to me, as somebody on the outside, I found a little humor in it. It reminded me of Indian weddings where somebody would go not happy with the arrangement or the attention that you gave to
Jalebi
them.
was not
Jalebi
fried
was
properly.
not good. You had personally given the card to somebody. Meri milni nahi karai. All of that stuff that happens in Indian
So,
weddings.
okay. So my
It,
point.
it sort of felt like that.
Kufa vibes.
Yeah.
No, but there are many people to say such thing. Na? Here the trophy is named after just 2 people.
Yeah, but that's again.
No, but
not like-
I do understand.
you know,
of the
had
feeling.
India, because there was a clear cut winner is whatever, and it wasn't India. So if India had their hand on the trophy, maybe, and Sunny Ji wouldn't have gone there, maybe I would have taken offense then as an Indian cricket supporter.
It's not about who's won, Harshit. How does it matter? The trophy is named after 2. How does it matter? That's my point. So is it a rule that, oh, you are a legend, the trophy is named after you, but you will only get the honor of giving the trophy if your team can win it?
I'm saying there can't be any such rule as well.
Yeah.
I'm saying even if it's a miss, it may not have been a deliberate attempt. As
How
many
it is
are
deliberate
saying,
when he was specifically told that if India ends up winning Sydney, only then will he be called. Otherwise, he wasn't
And
called.
what
So
was
it was
told to-
automatically.
What
so
was
now
told-
the commentator has to also earn
no,
the
but
right
what
to give
was
the trophy
wa-
if
wa-
the team does.
was Alan Border told that he will
No,
not
we
be
don't
there?
know that, but either
that's
way
what
would have
na.
been deliberate, even if
So
he
what
wasn't
if,
invited.
what if Alan Border was also
No,
told
even- no,
that
what
listen,
I'm
you
trying
will
to
not
say-
go on stage if
no.
India are to retain the
that
border
was also that also would have been wrong. Even that would have
but we
been
don't
wrong.
know.
No,
We don't know.
Arey, but even if he was told this, if Australia doesn't end up winning Sydney,
Achha, then would
Sunil Gavaskar will give
knowing
it.
Alan Border, knowing little about Australian people and cricket over there, would this have become an issue?
No,
See,
issue. I would have felt bad
No,
if
no.
two
So
people.
if
after-
it is-
I think we wouldn't have even observed probably.
Okay, I'll give an example. That whole trophy thing happened where Pat Cummins had that leg towards a trophy. It didn't
Mitchell
become an
Marsh.
issue.
Marsh kept
had-
his
no, but
feet on the
a lot
trophy.
of other people also had legs.
Yeah.
But so it didn't become an issue there. It became an issue here simply because different sensibilities. In India, we look at things differently. It's like I gave an example earlier. You know, by mistake, if you touch a book with your leg, you know, you will
Will
say
be like-
Vidya ko kiya, you'll touch this. So I don't think anyone in Australia will care. My point is, I agree. And in maybe you have a point where you say that if let's say India had won and if they genuinely had that thought, and then Mr. Gavaskar had given and Alan Border had not, he wouldn't have felt bad, is what you think. that
Yes.
Australia. Okay, but my point is that that's their sensibilities. It's that how they approach cricket, how they look at various things. Sometimes you have to be mindful of how the other person is. Not everything can be the same as. See, if you spoke about a wedding or whatever, why does that happen in our culture? Because we have our culture is like that we
Expectation.
respect a legend, we respect elders, we do this kind of thing. And if it's not done, if somebody is upset, then they're not wrong to be upset. Because that's the sensibilities that we've grown up by. Yes, they could have different sensibilities. So my point is that if a Mr. Gavaskar did feel left out, he's also part of that same culture. growing
That's
up
what I'm
as
saying.
you and
Maybe
I
it
have
stems
been.
from that.
So I feel that is also genuine, no? If
I'm
it's
saying
felt
he
like
made his
that.
point, and that's it. We heard him, and hopefully, and clearly it will not be something that gets repeated going forward because now it was a first.
No,
It's
they will
happened.
repeat. They pushed Sharad Pawar
Yeah.
also.
Sharad Pawar. I was coming to
2006
that.
Champions
I was
Trophy,
coming to that. Yes, we remember Ricky Ponting pushing Sharad Pawar, away from the
That?
stage.
Mumbai, yeah.
That, see, I also agree that they wanted their picture by themselves without anyone. I agree. But there's a way to do it, no? You literally pushed him out. You could have done, like sometime you do, okay, you click a few picture with the person who's giving it. After 4-5 minutes, then you say, sir, can we have one team picture? In fact, the person who's giving the trophy only goes away after some time and then you have enough opportunity. You've gotten the thing and the first image is happening. You're telling him out of the, literally pushed him out of the frame.
So Pat Cummins, Modi was killing the trophy of 2023 World Cup to Pat Cummins. So if Pat Cummins have pushed Modi away, you go and
Did he?
no.
He was waiting.
Both of them left. He waited for them. They left.
Oh, so that's how it is to be done. No? That's my point. So by now they should.
That actually takes me to what happened in the dressing room,
all
but
of them
let's
come
not
and,
get there.
All of them come and play IPL, spend so many days here. They should have picked up the little nuance about Indian
No,
culture.
but
or how
then
it-
they were not playing
You know what?
IPL.
Indian
na?
Again-
culture is
No, I'm saying
fickle.
now.
I'm just
Now-
saying. I'm just saying.
now
Let's
it was
not
very
hold this.
deliberate.
Let's
See-
not hold this against Cricket Australia to understand our emotions and feelings because by that logic, they were doing their job when Virat Kohli got upset filming, his family, etc. In their land, it's permissible.
So we said fine.
Clear.
Indian culture is
That's what
very
I
fickle.
If
Let's
if
be
they were to
honest.
worry about what happens on our land, on what happens on Indian shows, their jobs would have been very different then.
See,
I think they are wrong.
Our Indian culture is
We
very
roll out the red carpet, provide them with the kind of food they want.
And
things
water
that
the
they
pitch when they want to practice.
So that they
That
also
they
did.
also
They
they didn't give
also
the
did.
right pitches.
So Atiti Devo
They are
Bhava,
giving bad
Bhava is
pitches.
also very, it's as per our convenience at times.
It was very
Arey,
wrong
Aditi
according to
Devo
me.
Bhava was given to all our star players in Bengaluru. They didn't turn up here for a domestic game. And we are talking about Aditi Devo Bhava. Indian culture is very fickle at this point in time.
Please don't pass a sweeping statement
Not a
about
sweeping
Indian
statement.
culture.
Arey,
I think everyone's very proud of our culture.
We are proud, but it's also fickle. हम हैं हिंदुस्तानी, हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल भर जानी. That is the way I look at it. Because I'll tell you why.
So samajh sako, then they should samjho.
But
They play cricket here now all year round. Entire cricket is supported by the Indian money, na? Everything is run by India. If India pulls out, now you're having that two-tier
system.
Then what do you go? So you learn to respect. I'll give an example. When you go to England, and cricket is an English game, we picked up the mannerisms, no? Of how it is to be done, how the sport is to be
Some of
played.
our players even
how are
shifted
things.
there to learn
And tell
more.
me, when a lot of Indian players
He
go,
says to learn more.
we have won more than them.
no, my point is when a lot of Indian players go and play county cricket there.
But why does
Don't they
Ashwat not
pick up
talk
the
clearly, yaar?
Talking so clearly.
I am at times I feel out of place. This is my FOMO to not be able to match what Shashwat knows.
So clearly, so.
He is not subscribing to Indian culture by taking these wild jibes.
Pot shots.
Ha.
So that is the way. Look, if we created a ruckus over the trophy, foot on the trophy bit, because we are still obsessed with Badshahat, na?
No, I remember Sir did the first picnic show after that World Cup, and I remember it was getting short, and you had your feet over the look-alike trophy that we had in our office.
I put it.
Yeah.
Of course. Because I said that.
I
to
will
each
never
his own.
forget.
Please show me your DMs.
To each his own. I said,
And I remember the first shot of that
How many-
started with.
Did you
like
end up
this.
blocking people after that?
No, because people understood that,
Great.
see, again,
Good,
it's
good.
different sensibilities
Yes.
and different ways. That's what my point is. If you have the legend after whom the trophy is made, it's your job to make it. Okay, your sensibility says one person can give it. How much does it make a difference if you call? You have to be a bit sensitive about the culture of the other country.
No, but
Siddharth may not agree with any calls in.
but how do you know that it was Cricket Australia's fault only? Maybe not everyone was on the same page. Be it Cricket Australia, be it the broadcasters or anybody for that matter.
What would the broadcaster can't decide who gives the trophy?
No, but see,
Oh,
see,
Conspiracy theory. Could the BCCI have been unhappy with Sunny Ji
Why would the BCCI be unhappy?
for calling certain players
many-
out for the short selection?
No.
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 If that is
No?
the case, then it is
Does it?
outlandish.
Excuse me, by the way, on that note, if BCCI, I don't think that's the case, but if I.
No, I'm
if-
saying conspiracy theory. I don't believe so either.
If BCCI is unhappy with a honest person calling what's wrong with Indian cricket, then BCCI is shooting themselves in the foot. Forget the commentator. BCCI should be calling that out. And that's what we are asking BCCI to do, that after you are seeing and you are allowing this superstar culture to exist, which is causing the downfall because you are not calling a spade a spade. And that's the problem. And if you are not doing it, if some commentators and former players are doing it, then you should be thankful to them. This is actually something that they should be doing. But instead of following that, if you're going to get upset about them doing the right thing, then you are headed to doomsday. Then your cricket is headed downhill.
No, actually,
No.
even though I painted a hypothetical situation, I still think it is believable that the BCCI continues to be as overprotective about the players that they are.
No, I don't see. The one thing that has definitely happened is
but
that,
things like this have
But
happened
again,
to commentators.
You know, the
earlier.
opacity in the BCCI, I don't see it
Yes,
changing.
yes,
It
but-
is as opaque
but-
as it gets.
No, but in those occasions when you're talking about it, that certain actions have been taken, is when it has not been this evident where Indian cricket is going. So in fact, if you think of anyone who's always been very supportive, sometime has invited criticism for that, for being overly protective of Indian cricket, it is Sunny Gavaskar. So I don't think he has ever had that question raised over him that he has been overtly critical or critical without any merit in it. I think every time he's criticized, there has been merit. In fact, at all, there have been questions that you felt that he should have been sometime more critical, where he's still taken a more balanced view, right? To that extreme. So to say that what it happened in the past, that certain commentators, some sort of action was taken against them, that was because in those days Indian cricket wasn't in the doldrums. There could have been comments made about XYZ player or one or two players here and there, but it wasn't that Indian cricket was completely in the doldrums.
Okay,
That
one
wasn't
more
it.
hypothetical situation. Again, one coming from lighter vein only. That one clip of Sunny Ji on Hindi commentary that's going viral. What if Cricket Australia understood what the joke was?
No, but again, that is also people are. I don't think he intended to say that, Harshit. To be honest, it was, um, very like Hindi commentary has to be very irreverent and casual. I think that's exactly what he was trying to do. It's just that the way it came out, and then in hindsight, people. Like, I'll give you an example.
See,
Sometimes-
because
I'll give
people
you an
understood,
example.
let's be honest,
No, no,
what people understood, there were laughs in the background.
No. But that was in the way, in the
came
irreverent
out.
style. In the irreverent style, he was saying it. I'll tell you what, because if you've seen a couple of these instances that happened with
Fakhar Zaman.
Fakhar Zaman, or right now, if you've seen some of those Isha Gua clips that have also gone viral,
Mhm.
some of those comments were made, I don't think with that intention, but as an afterthought, it comes to your mind as well. Oops, what you've just said could have another meaning.
But in fact,
But I don't
with
think it
those
was
clips
said
that
with
are
that
doing
intention.
that are going well, I think because over there such humor at times is acceptable.
No, I
Be-
agree.
and
But you make out
I
that
actually
it wasn't
don't.
done that
I
way.
actually don't think that Isha Gua, Brett Lee banter that we saw multiple occasions.
No, not
there was
not all, but some comments were made which I think they realized the joke of it after that. I'll give an example.
Yeah.
There are a lot of times you are on social media, you see a lot of politicians and their words are used, those clips are used. They've said X, Z across different
Yeah,
political
yeah.
parties. When they've actually said it, you know that their intention was not to say that word. It's just that once you hear it again and again, then that double meaning thing comes to your mind. So it happens. You say it in a lot of flow. It can happen to you and I. A lot of time we have said it. I'll give you my example. I was doing a show once live with Mr. Gavaskar, live from Sri Lanka. And in one of the segments of that show, I had to toss to an interview with Nargis Fakhri, who was an actress at that time, very popular. She was in Sri Lanka. I had only done her interview, and I had to toss to that. And when I was getting to her second name, I stuttered and I fumbled, and you know how it came out, right? I got various messages for that. But now tell me, was my intention to say that? No, right? But I said it in the flow. It's only after that, few players had also sent me a message who saw that program, by the way. So it just came out like that, which is why I'm saying that sometimes it's not
Asia
intended.
Cup, was it?
This was the T20 World Cup.
Okay, 2012.
Yes.
While I get what you're saying, and we all, while we are here, other platforms, we stutter at times. Completely a human thing to happen. But what the incident we're talking about, it was done twice, and there wasn't a fumble. So, again,
I
was
don't
it deliberate or
think
not? Even I don't
But
know.
that's got nothing to do with him not going and giving the trophy.
Yeah, I'm just again. Both the instances that I mentioned in the last two instances, including this one, it's just painting hypothetical scenarios.
No, but see, I'm just going back to it. I don't think that there could be anyone who would not want Mr. Gavaskar to be giving trophy, let alone the BCCI. I think if any criticism that came, BCCI should be the now a board heading. They should be happy that somebody is calling a spade a spade. They should be criticizing these same things themselves and pointing it out as and when the review meeting happens, which is expected to happen in a day or two.
Well, for your that question, Harshit,
That's a norm, by the way.
Sanskritic and
That's
bhasha
also
ka
not
problem.
breaking news that people portray
Wahi
that
baat.
some unique meeting has happened. After every tour, the manager has to submit a report.
No.
It happened in the
Report or
New
a
Zealand
review
series.
meeting.
It's a review meeting. No, that is the report is
6 hour
the
long.
start.
6-hour meeting after the New Zealand
Yeah,
match.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's pretty much protocol.
Yeah, it's pretty much protocol. So what happens is, as soon as the tour is over, whether good or bad, by the way, let me make it very clear. Even if it's a good tour, bad tour, the manager makes a full report of what all he's observed, and he hands it over to the BCCI. Most of the cases, BCCI just goes through those points by themselves. But if there are certain serious observations that are made in the report, then a meeting is called. And then that meeting can go on for as long as, depending on the kind of things that have been mentioned or observations that have been made. Most of the time, as I said, we don't even realize because it finishes really fast. After New Zealand, it happened because a lot of things were amiss. I'm guessing the same thing will happen now after the Australia tour. And So we'll know.
So we will know. Yeah.
They also have another business of looking at India's ODI season, because that's really coming up, and so
Yep.
that's the question that we are asking on the program. That does the residue of the Test series or the poor performances of the Test series impact the selection of certain players in white ball cricket?
Before we
Especially
get to
ODI
that,
cricket.
I have a question, because I was just looking at how the last ODI series panned out for the Indian team, and feels like it happened 10 years back. My
August
feeling was
2024.
that it wasn't taken seriously, that bilateral series against Sri Lanka. Will this one be taken seriously?
But it was taken so seriously. Senior players were called back from the rest.
Yeah.
They
So
all
it was
played.
taken-
Just because you lost doesn't mean we
No,
make
but
an
the
excuse
playing
that India
11s,
weren't taken.
the playing
No,
11s,
playing 11 was absolutely
Everyone-
fine.
The
Rohit
bowling
Sharma,
combination-
Shubman Gill were
Yeah.
opening.
Everybody
Virat
was
Kohli
opening.
was batting.
you were batting till 8, and
So, but that's
That you anyways do,
that
na?
is the plan going
You do
forward.
in test, so I'm expecting you bat till 10 in ODI.
I don't think.
You should ideally bat till 10.
Yeah.
Because in test matches you're batting till 8.
Exactly.
Then in
When
ODIs to 10, so you should definitely have.
you have seen that.
no, 9 you are batting na now to.
Nine?
Test you are batting till 9.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
batting
so
till-
11 I think. Everyone should be able to
No,
bat.
but in white ball cricket, it's still fine. That is how it should
No,
be.
11 is still not fine.
No. I'm saying if
But
you can,
white-
why not? If you can have a Chris Wokes at 11, if England can afford to do it, great. Yeah.
But you can't do that if you are dropping a Jofra Archer.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at the expense. But I'm saying if you can, with your best team, have that, why not? And I think in white ball cricket, there's still merit in doing that. And you will see that happening. That's not the thing. And I think India did play the last ODI series rather seriously. You lost, so now people are saying you didn't take it seriously. He's right. They were called. Senior players were called. And your proper 11s were playing.
And
You only
coach is
made...
saying,
Only Jasprit Bumrah missing was the exception, but otherwise,
That's
Which may
fine.
still
You take
happen.
that.
Which may still
Yeah,
happen.
it
should
will
still
take that.
happen.
But see, you struggled in that last series against your Achilles heel called spin. Jeffrey Vandersay, Dunit Vellalage, Mahesh Tikshana.
What all is your Achilles heel? Yeah, this fast
Everything.
bowling in Australia was also
Everything.
Achilles heel.
Can't play
Fast
spin,
bowling in
can't play
Bangalore also
pace,
was.
can't play swing, can't play
No,
spin.
they can play pace in India, not outside.
No.
There was this trend in
no,
between,
no,
different
no.
keeper
They can-
overseas, different keeper at home.
I'd like to correct you. Indian players can play pace in India and overseas, provided it's pace with the white ball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. yeah.
Because we're talking about white ball, you make them play on
No,
pacey
but
conditions.
incoming deliveries,
Also,
even with the
until
white
now,
ball, you
Shashwat,
can't.
No,
since
you
you're-
can.
since you're doing that
you
story-
are white ball
See,
heroes.
prior
They
to
could
20
they could play pace with red ball also till the time it was the old
It was the
Kookaburra.
old Kookaburra.
No, but can I be honest that they
No,
may
but-
have changes? Yes, they
No, no.
may have made changes.
But numbers have really changed since the
Yes,
new
no,
Kookaburra.
but that's because your numbers have changed at home also. Your basically
Yeah.
batting is struggling.
No, that's not been
The-
the case.
the-
In
but
Australia,
it's
generally
Australia
batters-
drastic.
Yeah.
You know, from
Because in
what-
Australia you never got a pitch
No,
like
not just
the one.
Indians. Okay, you're saying because of the pitch as well.
Yeah, they have changed the nature of the pitches. Where have you got pitches like this in Sydney?
Sydney
Let's be
never.
honest,
Yes,
they've
Sydney.
realized. Pink
You
ball
see,
also you would
otherwise as
struggle.
well,
Perth also they produced a nice juicy pitch for you. So they've done that. Yes, ball could have had a marginal thing. I think pace bowling they will still play well. Same Virat Kohli, who's getting out for nicking the ball outside the off stump. You think in white ball cricket it'll happen? I don't think so.
See,
No, but there it will be the incoming, na?
No, but
No,
even there,
prior to
see,
that
because
also.
the ball doesn't move that much. Let's be honest. I think the straighter the
The
ball,
thing
you
is,
can
in
hammer
white
it.
ball also, as soon as it starts swinging, then also there's a problem.
Correct, but
see, when
but
when
the
Virat was
chances of that happening is very minor.
Yeah,
no?
that is very
also
true.
you,
but
you
even
bowl
when-
different lengths.
No, even
bowl
when Virat
different
was on his
lengths,
peak
different-
in 2019, he got out the same way in the semi-final.
In ODI cricket, Shashwat, he's
Even
been
Rohit
getting
for that
runs.
matter.
In ODI cricket, he's been getting runs. T20
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
different kettle of fish because
Agreed.
he was changing his game. In ODIs, even till the World Cup, he's your
765
guy.
runs.
Yeah,
And I
Rohit, he was
think
the
even
highest
now-
run getter, yeah. At the
765.
In now also ODI cricket, he'll get you a lot of runs.
See, prior to 2024, you had performed well in South Africa. You won that series 2-1 there. Okay, the ODI series that was played after the World Cup. Okay, you won the T20Is, you won the ODIs, but you drew the Test matches.
Test match, yeah.
Okay, in 2024, you didn't win a single ODI because you only played 3. You you lost 2. The other one was tied. The umpires forgot their own rules. They didn't implement the super over.
Yeah.
But when the full strength team was there, they all struggled. I mean, I've just taken out the stats because if you want to refresh, how did your last ODI series go? In actuality, your test form residue, it's kind of a smoke screen. The real residue is this, because Rohit Sharma averaged 52 in that series with a strike rate of 141. So he was playing with that same intent which had served him well in the World Cup also. He was the second highest run getter there. Virat, from the high of that 2023 World Cup of 765 runs, he averaged only 19.3 with 58.
No, but Siddharth, this is a very small sample size. You're just looking at 3 ODIs.
3 ODIs, yeah.
So I don't think that's fair, because firstly, in your entire calendar year in 2024, you just played 3
ODIs.
So
Yes.
that's not fair. I
No,
don't
but
think.
he started by saying that this is just a recap of what had happened.
Yeah, but I don't think that affects the selection, which is why I'm going back to the question that I asked. I think that's a more pertinent question that everyone needs to ask. You're not going to pick your team based on what happened in Sri Lanka. I don't think so.
Well, because
You're
if
going
it's
to
the
pick your
same-
team now with what. See, you may agree or not, your formats do get mixed. You've played test cricket. That's why I go back to the question that I asked. After what has happened in the test series, do you still go in with your same mindset of ODI team, which you had for so long? Or does the poor performance in test matches, and that stands for everyone, whether it's a Rohit Sharma, whether it's a Virat Kohli, whether it's a KL Rahul, whether it's a Shubman Gill, all of them included, do they then face some sort of resistance now from the selectors to be selected in ODI cricket? That's my question.
The chorus will grow that, okay, they have not had a good test run, but will they be brave enough to bench them? I think the Sri Lanka series is quite relevant because of the conditions you'll get in the Champions Trophy. Dubai might be a slow, flat deck if you look at it. Spin might play a role there. Okay, you're playing Bangladesh, you're playing New Zealand, you're playing Pakistan. Okay,
First, you're playing at home, now be England.
England, but then again, England, the conditions
again
that will
just
be
3.
there. Again, it'll be only 3. Overall,
And most of your seniors might not play there as well.
Why will the seniors not play?
Because these are the reports as of now. That
but
Bumrah, Rohit. No, because they need rest. Now that's why I was saying even yesterday that we're expecting them to play Ranji Trophy when we aren't even sure yet that if they are going to play the ODI series.
But why would you need rest when you've had a lot of workout in the middle?
Yeah,
no?
you've worked so much now.
So if you're getting average of 20, where you hardly got any chance to play, I would be very surprised. I don't believe in a lot of reports that are quoted. I know which reports to believe in. There are very few, and those are the ones I believe in. But if it is to be true that they are going to be rested, I think this is, if you're talking about BCCI putting their foot down, they should start putting their foot down right now.
From this series, yeah.
Because if you are still going with some of your established players who did not have a great time in test match cricket, they need to be playing these 3 ODIs. I know tests, I'm not talking about T20s because that your team has changed completely.
Yeah.
This is the year of Champions Trophy, right? This is also going to be the moment where you're going to be judging a lot of these players. A lot of these senior players, whether we like it or not, still feel they have a lot to give in test cricket. So they will have to be playing ODIs to show. And if they really are serious about striking back into form, they need to be playing these 3 ODIs. And I can't understand why would you need rest. Rest is needed if you've, really batted balls after balls for hours and all in the middle, and 5 test matches happened. A lot of those times, let's say, some players missed a few matches, were dropped for a few matches. What is the need for rest? Please explain this rest.
You got a
agree.
29
If
day
Jasprit
period.
Bumrah rest, I understand. Yeah.
Also, we probably won't remember this, but there was a long gap between a couple of test matches. Well, 1 and 2 had a good 11-day break or a 10-day break.
10-day break.
There was a week-long break from 2nd to 3rd as well. Then the gap started.
No, 3rd to 4th.
3rd to 4th, and then the gaps were very few, were very, very short going forward in the series. But I agree. So that's point number 2 as to why I don't see rest being merited, because
You got a
for a
29
Jasprit Bumrah, or let's say for a Siraj as well, that exception can be made for Siraj also, because he did bowl a lot of overs.
2 fast bowlers who bowled a lot, okay.
And we've heard it from the coach, and I remember this interview is up on Sports Today. It happened when he was with the Lucknow Super Giants. He said, I don't quite get this idea of batters needing rest. If you had, let's say, a long Ranji season, or you had a long series where you absolutely plundered runs and all, there was actually a lot of game time for you. Half the test matches didn't even go the distance. But Sydney lasted 3 days, Adelaide lasted 2.5, Brisbane 2 days got washed out. So let's be honest about the workload as well. You didn't have, you didn't all bowlers also didn't bend their backs the way that a Siraj and a Bumrah did. So there's absolutely no need. And I look at this series exactly how you had the Afghanistan series prior to the start of the T20 World Cup. Everyone came. There were some people who were missing as well.
There
but
too you had to make a comeback, na? At that
so
point,
here
you
as
were not
well,
a
I
certainty
think
in the
this
team.
exactly
But
this
now
series
Rohit
serves
is-
the same purpose.
By
It
the
serves
time
the
you
same
announce the
purpose.
team for that series, but before that you have to announce the team for the
So
Champions
that's what I'm
Trophy.
saying. It
Then
is
there's nothing to
it
lose
is
in
all
that
it
case.
is all
Even if they
aligning the
miss
same way.
series, yeah.
It is all aligning the same way. You
How is
haven't
it
played.
aligning the
You
same
haven't.
way?
You haven't played ODI cricket, and this is the last ODI cricket you will
At
play.
that point it
prior
was
to
very different
that was the
because-
last
no.
But
T20
why
series
do they
before.
have to announce it? I think this
Yeah.
is, and by the way, this is how it should be. You should announce both squads simultaneously.
Simultaneously, yes. England
It has
and
happened
Champions
before.
Trophy, yeah.
It has happened many times
England has
before.
announced it like this only. They
Yes,
have
so
announced
I
it
think
like
India
this.
should also. So you can't be in the scenario that Shashwat is saying that, oh, Champions Trophy because deadline is 12th, so you'll announce before that. Now the ODI series is starting much later, so you can wait. T20s are starting on 22nd, ODI is much later, so you can wait. It should not be like that. Ideally, you should, if you are meeting on the 11th, to pick the squad for the 12th deadline, you announce your squad for the ODI series versus England and your squad for Champions Trophy together, and both squads should be pretty much similar.
Yeah.
Barring a few exceptions of these fast bowlers who are rested, they can rest in England.
Agreed.
And those changes you make. Your batters are out of form, sir. I know it's a different format, and I also know that if you ask me the truth, that a Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, out of form, but I still think that in ODI cricket they can give you a lot. I think Rohit
I
should
don't
still
doubt
be
that either.
captain. Rohit should be still be the captain. But for that to happen, you need to pick him for the England series. No, let it get started. Then again, the same thing. Champions Trophy is important for everyone. Okay, you're going to play a very crucial game in India-Pakistan game as well. Again, let's not repeat the same mistake that you went to Australia undercooked because you thought we'll just have those few, practice sessions and we'll do it. If you want to go best prepared for a Champions Trophy, you play that series.
Yeah.
Get your combinations right, get your batting combination right. There are so many. What is going to be the gain? You will, let's say if you're resting all your batters who have been woefully out of form, how do you know you have a magic wand that they'll reach there and start scoring a lot of runs? They also need confidence, they need runs under their belt, and if the chance like an England series there, do it. Secondly, in England series you're going to have a lot of youngsters play who then will not get picked for Champions Trophy because you're going to be selecting the team around the same time or before that. Then even if they get runs, what's the point? If you've decided in your mind. Yeah, unless you have reached that stage in the minds of the selectors or Indian cricket that now we have to move away from seniors even in white ball cricket. If you've reached that stage, then you go the full hog. Though I don't agree with it because I still feel that I would want a Rohit Sharma and a Virat Kohli in my white ball team. Definitely, I need that experience. I'm not too sure about a KL Rahul at the moment because he's really not grabbed the opportunity in Test match cricket.
Yeah.
He
In
played the last ODI series.
Yes, I know, but there are a lot
At
of
an
people-
average of 15.
He's not a Rohit or a Virat.
Yes.
And when he played that final, everyone knows what he did there.
No, but then that though even
The-
Virat,
Virat
didn't have
also-
a great
Yeah,
time.
even
Rohit
but
also
again, you
didn't have a
cannot
great
have,
time.
no, in the
But-
final.
Yeah, I'm also talking about the final.
Yes.
Then none of them had did anything. So why just single out KL? But the point is that Rohit and Virat have done enough in their
exactly.
white ball cricket over a long period of time for me to want them to get a longer rope. I would want them because I still
So
feel
no,
they're
then
match
how
winners.
does KL Rahul merit a place in this?
I'm saying he does
Yeah,
not.
He doesn't.
Exactly.
I'm saying he does not in white ball cricket. I know that we are mixing formats, but his poor form in red ball cricket is not helping, and there are multiple players that have emerged by that time. I'll give you some names that were part of
this
the
is
Sri
the-
Lanka series. There was a Shivam Dubey. There was a Riyan Parag.
Yeah.
There is a Rinku Singh who's pushing, who was part of your squad that you're looking at.
Not
Of
in
course,
ODI.
Shreyas Iyer.
Sanju.
No, but should be.
Yeah,
Why
should
not?
be,
My
should
point
be,
is that there was a Sanju Samsung. The Shreyas Iyer is part of that squad who was part of
Nitish
the playing
Reddy.
11. Nitish Reddy has now emerged. So there are plenty of contenders. Should you now have to stick with a KL Rahul? I'm not sure.
See, even
But
if you
I'm
look,
definitely sticking with Rohit and Virat, and that's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
I want
yeah.
to know from everyone for the third time of asking, does the test impact change things for you in the ODI team?
I think the rope.
It
Why- why?
selectively
Who
will.
have-
It
who-
selectively will. KL Rahul, for example, his form will be looked at and he may not necessarily get a chance.
You tell me for you.
I think if I'm trying to be fair over here, he should, because 3 matches, we are willing to not see those 3 matches because those are the only 3 matches. But if I go back, I know he played an instrumental role in India reaching the final of the Cricket World Cup, and his runs really mattered. Start from
Which
the
runs?
which runs? Look at the number of runs KL Rahul scored in
He
that.
wasn't one of the best batters.
Of course, he was one of the
an
better
average,
India.
It was an average
Arre,
World Cup
but
for him.
he bailed you out. You would
No,
have.
it was not an average.
See again comparatively
average
to
of
all
66.
You
these-
would have lost the
Yeah,
first
come on.
match
No,
of
but
the
the final,
tournament.
I think I will definitely be reading too much into the final.
No, final, everyone.
Everyone,
Then I want to read it
if
for
you are gonna
Rohit
be
and Virat.
Rohit Virat. See again,
A 97 in that Chennai game would have ensured you lost to Australia there
to begin
also.
with, that Chennai game where this KL Rahul got those runs when Shreyas, Virat, everyone got out. That was definitely a match-winning knock from him. But after that, again,
No, he's
KL
your
Rahul,
second highest run
498
getter
Look
at
at
an
that.
average of 75.
Look at that. Shreyas
If
is
that
the third highest,
average,
if I'm not wrong.
Then I really need to look up the dictionary for the meaning of average. I don't think he had an average World Cup.
Exactly.
Having said that,
So that's what I'm saying.
would not-
So you're going to be it's not going to be consistent. It's going to be inconsistent what's going to happen. But for me, KL Rahul plays because I remember him bailing out India multiple times in the World Cup. 3 matches I'm not looking too much into because by that logic, you've got to look into Virat's numbers
for
as well.
everyone, even
Exactly.
Rohit.
So we're all on the same. And I don't like mixing formats. Test to white ball. I don't like doing that. So I'm not going to look at how things, because if this is the thing, then by that logic, half the batting side should not even feature in the upcoming series against England
KL
because
Rahul
your
by and
batters
saying
flop
should not be
totally.
because Rishabh Pant
By
came
that
back,
logic,
na.
you need a new captain. You need you may not. You don't know who the vice captain is going to be. Maybe it's going to be Jasprit Bumrah or Hardik Pandya. We don't know. There are reports around that also.
We don't
But half your batting side will not be there if you just go by what happened in the test series. And you're looking at good 10 test matches then. Indians did not perform 5 test matches over here. They didn't perform the 5 test matches over there. So it's going to be very selective. But if you're going to be fair, then KL Rahul must play.
Because you point Rishabh Pant out, we'll take a look at their career ODI comparison of Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul. I wouldn't be surprised if KL has
Has
better
an edge.
numbers.
Yeah, he would definitely be having better numbers, but KL Rahul came
then-
back into the ODI side because Rishabh Pant was out of it. But in contention, it
that's
was
a
first
different
Rishabh
thing,
Pant was
no?
playing in place of him.
Yeah. But I'm saying that we are mixing formats here again.
No. In ODIs, I'm saying.
Yeah, so I'm also talking about ODI.
ODIs, you would
I
have
am
started
not-
with Rishabh Pant anyways
I am-
if he
Rishabh
would not have
Pant-
gotten injured.
In
But,
ODIs,
how? That's what I'm saying. Has he had a better career than KL Rahul?
See, again, it's not
barring that
because
one
you're playing
century
him for
in
the value,
Manchester,
because of
33
the-
average.
There has to
Yeah.
be some logic, no? in that.
33 average for Rishabh
Rishabh
Pant,
Pant,
right?
yeah.
Career
KL
average.
would be having
Better
more than
average,
that.
yeah.
Much better.
Much
So,
better.
on what basis can I say he's a guaranteed starter? There has to be some basis on that. Can you explain the basis?
No, now there is no basis to it. What I'm trying to say is that KL Rahul would not have come into the Indian side if it wasn't for
we
Rishabh Pant.
can't dwell on that thought, na yaar. But KL Rahul, everyone, your captain decided to stand out because he realized he had made a mistake, and KL Rahul had to be playing right up top.
Yep. So that is the thing. See,
He took the opportunity. Let's give him credit for that.
in the last series that both of them played, both didn't cover themselves with glory.
KL Rahul is averaging 49.
Not even close.
Very huge difference.
It's like
so?
it's like
16 point
it's like
difference.
a WWE term slam dunk.
Yeah.
So you'll to begin
Heavyweight
with,
and
you'll have
cruiserweight.
KL Rahul to keep the wickets.
I am not saying that. To your argument, I am saying that now that Rishabh is back, he should. But if you take a look at overall ODI numbers, KL is head and shoulders.
And by the way,
Head and
I'm just saying
shoulders.
Dubai is going to be the kind of surface that will suit a KL Rahul.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say then, this shouldn't be the case that he's playing as a batter and you're also playing Rishabh Pant.
That
as a
won't be the
wicketkeeper.
case.
It
I-
That won't be the
because
case.
If that's the case.
Look,
No.
Sanju Samsung is also hoping
No, then
that-
not Sanju Samson. Then you'll drop Shreyas of the 11.
Anyway, I'm not getting into 11.
I'm
Answer the
saying-
question. He's answered. The 3 guys. You answered for Virat and Rohit.
yeah.
They are there.
Yes,
irrespective.
yes.
They are, I second his opinion, they are there irrespective of it because in white ball, they have been a different beast altogether. Rohit, in the last series that he played against Sri Lanka, averaged 52. Okay. Virat, okay, didn't have a good time, but that was the one off series that is there. And again, if you want to mix formats, conveniently do it. But it doesn't change the fact that if you take out a Virat and a Rohit, is it a necessity for them? Because if they want to play the ODI World Cup of 2027, you're not playing much ODIs anyways. After the Champions Trophy, you are anyway playing, I think, maybe 3 ODIs versus England and 3 versus South Africa. That's it. In 2026, you're not going to play much because you want to build up to the 2026 T20 World Cup. After that, in 2027, you're playing the ODI World Cup. They have anyway retired from T20Is. So why not? They are not going to ensure that, okay, I will sit out because of a poor series in Australia. They'll play maybe the last 2 ODIs versus England and then they'll come back. And they'll be there in an integral part of the Champions Trophy.
See, definitely they are going.
KL, have you said about KL?
I will say, I think KL will be there. But if he's there, there'll be plenty of scrutiny. Why is he there?
But should he be there?
He should be there. He offers that stability. In the ODI setup, at least.
Yes.
How many batters do you need to provide you?
Arey, he's your
It's not a
keeper
question
as
of
well.
how many. He's putting, you will only take that many, but he's putting him ahead of a few other batters, I think.
Yeah.
But you are free
No.
to change.
I definitely keep KL in my 11 only if he's.
You argued for so long and now say he's going to
No. I'm saying
What is
only-
that?
I'm telling you now because what
Googly.
I'm telling why I was arguing for his place was that I would not play him as a pure batter. If he's playing in that wicket keeper slot ahead of,
to you to decide. What
No,
do you want?
I would play him as the wicket keeper in that wicket keeping slot, not as a pure batter because I don't have space as a pure
You
batter.
are
So
playing him ahead of
Rish-
Pant,
Yeah.
ahead of Sanju. Then why were you
Sanju
arguing all
also,
this
yeah.
while?
No, because I know now what by the end of it, Rishabh Pant they won't drop and they'll play KL Rahul in place of Shreyas Iyer.
Well, Iyer is averaging 300 in the
Joto in
VA.
your head in calculation.
That's
Just
exactly
be
it.
honest and answer.
See-
Do you think KL
Yeah.
should come into
Yeah.
the ODI?
He will be there.
What about
anyways.
Virat and
Virat and Rohit?
No,
both of them-
wholeheartedly you want him in the side, na?
wholeheartedly,
No, because you
wholeheartedly.
no, see, be honest. You had
I'm being
problem.
honest.
You are saying that they can't play fast bowling. They can't play when the ball is going to come in. And so you have those issues. You can.
No.
Openly-
ODI cricket, I have no reason to drop them
You
at
gave
this point.
reasons.
That is not
Incoming
sufficient
ball.
reason. That isn't sufficient reason. I know they will not do well on when it comes to the knockout stages, but to reach there.
How you are saying they don't do well in knockouts?
No, but to reach
That's
there.
a very unfair comment.
Arey, they
At
did
the
so well. World Cup
T-
final, Virat played.
Arey,
Just that one World Cup final, nobody
Exactly.
did anything.
No, I'm talking
Before
about
that-
when you won.
T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
76 that he made.
And before that, Rohit, the
When
semi-final
you
knock,
even tweeted that.
semi-final
Tata
knock, semi-final knock.
63 against England.
No,
then
because that was
Providence.
Tata bye-bye. That credit to
Acha,
South
you-
Africa.
One thing you surely should tell me that if you would have lost that game,
which one?
the World Cup final,
Okay.
who would have it been down to?
That World Cup.
Yeah.
You're actually, to be fair, your entire batting lineup. By the way, I did not like the way Virat played, but under the circumstances, there was nothing. You kept losing wickets. What could have happened? And it's not that the guy is.
No, see, my point
See,
to
there
that
was
always.
a gamble. It was a gamble.
Achha, now say what you
either
wanted
you
him to
wouldn't
say.
have got that 170, that 75 from Virat also, or you could have gotten very low or very high. But I think the final kind of got you in catch 22. To me, I think that game was done and dusted. Any other
Yeah.
team would have beaten you. South Africa choked. No matter what, I was there at the ground. Well
you
done to Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, all of them,
Arshdeep.
who bowled, very well done. But to say that it was entirely because of that and South African batters played no role, no. I'll give credit to Rishabh Pant also. Whatever said and done, that was a master.
Injury,
Yeah,
yes.
it was
Master move.
definitely a master stroke.
Otherwise, Klaasen had finished it.
Wishizer wants to drop him from test team.
Who?
Not drop him, but you say that. What did you say?
He didn't drop him.
Stupid. You also.
But it
said.
was. It was.
No, let's not get into the
Yeah.
debate.
But you didn't say the same thing to Shubman Gill.
Of course. Which stream, which parallel universe are you watching in?
No, you didn't say stupid to him.
I said it was a horrendous shot.
You should have
Horrendous.
said horrendous.
He has a much richer vocabulary than you. He can use different words. For every
Horrendous.
player, he's not going to use the
Horrendous. Horrendous is much higher than
But
stupid,
I
stupid,
didn't
stupid.
listen to what else did he say.
same. Okay,
He's
have
in a
you-
parallel universe.
Has he done his? Have you done your?
Yeah,
Rohit,
Virat Kohli. I have no reason to drop Rohit and Virat Kohli. Clearly, no reason.
And-
Both of them have done one.
and KL Rahul.
KL Rahul also. It will
So
be.
Shreyas
in-
sits out. Then
No. Rishabh Pant sits out.
Sits
Shreyas Iyer in no means sits out. No chance you can drop him from ODI cricket, especially after what he's done.
that is true actually.
He
He's
is-
been in mighty
He
good
has
form.
broken the door again. Very
Slam.
seriously. Yeah.
Who?
Slam.
Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah.
Of course, 300 plus average. He scored 100 against Karnataka in the Vijay Hazare. Also hit a century against Puducherry.
Out of all of this, just because we tend to have short memories, the biggest loser in all of this is who's not even now being discussed anymore.
Ishan.
Is Ishan Kishan.
No.
He was part of that last series, by the way.
Yes.
To
Yeah.
Sri Lanka, is suddenly gone. Like, because we were discussing, there's lot of contenders. There'll be Rishabh Pant, Sanju Samson, Shivam Dubey, Rinku Singh, Ryan Parag, so many of them, Nitish Reddy, so many that you'll have to look at. But Ishan,
Even
What is it?
if
IPK, IYK.
you
It's his fault.
you
as well.
look back at Jitesh as well, right? Jitesh was
Jitesh
no,
was in T20s.
Yeah, T20s.
Not
ODIs.
ODIs. We're
Yeah,
sticking to
T20s.
T20 team is completely
Yeah,
different.
but even there, Jitesh has a little bit of an edge over Ishan Kishan now. That's how much times have changed.
Yeah.
Yes, you move past Jitesh, but again,
but
you sort of look
Jitesh-
back at him again.
In ODI, no, because now you have a KL, Sanju, Rishabh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many wicketkeeper, batter option. You
Now,
may even be playing two
Ju-
of them, where only one may be
Even a
wicketkeeper.
Jurel
Did you mean Jurel?
In white ball, I think is still far behind because of this
But
competition.
I think he's going to be somebody you're going to be talking
Future,
about. Because,
100%,
see, the man got retained. He's you were looking at percentage increases. Look at the percentage increase in
7,000% increase.
pay
in
increase
Dhruv
for him. He got. It's not like he lit things up or anything like that. But the franchise did
But
see a
his
future in
franchise
him.
doesn't bat him only most of the times in IPL.
No, he's
Yeah,
the
for-
one for the future.
Yes.
For sure. But right now it'll be very tough. In fact, in all of this, we've not discussed Sanju Samson, who could be number one contender.
56 average.
He's been an outstanding form in ODI cricket.
Yeah.
And so,
But as I said,
Yashasvi?
Yashasvi will be, absolutely. He should be
Yes,
spoken
Ashwi
about.
is.
But that will keep for another dugout, no, where we will make the squad.
Yeah.
Right now, we're just discussing the greats who have failed
No, but
in
I think
test.
but I think the main question was will their performances in Test cricket impact their ODI cricket? I think in the larger perspective, the rope will get much smaller.
What
And
about
so
one name
suddenly-
though? One
because
name.
As soon as we will run out of patience in just 3 or 4 matches, whereas if they would have had a longer bad patch, we would have still want to given them time in white ball cricket. That's not going to be the case now.
One
No,
name
that's a very valid point, by the way, that because of the poor test form, while we've all agreed, all of us, it's been unanimous, it doesn't happen very often that we're all unanimous, we agree, that we've all kind of picked the stalwarts who have had a bad run in test cricket, that they will get a chance in ODI cricket as well. We know that, and they should, there is merit in that. But I think what Shashwat says is right, that the patience level will now be down because it adds on, those poor performances. So if runs don't come in ODI cricket for a little bit of time, or let's say you don't have a great Champions Trophy,
Yes.
then you're starting to doubt. Switch that situation, you had a good Border Gavaskar trophy, where you got runs and you won Sydney and you held the trophy, and then you have a bit of a hiccup in white ball, maybe not too many questions. So I think that larger, we don't want a mixed format, but I think the perception thing has
100%.
definitely
Time
changed.
is running out.
100%.
This is the
Has
maybe
changed.
you
But-
may
but-
say
but
the
the
last
one-
chance saloon.
One name
But
we
then
missed
for
out
that,
on.
I would want, that's why I'm saying, I would want these senior players to be playing that England series.
No, they have to be.
They can't
They
now
have
go
to be.
cold once again, make the same
Yeah,
mistake
yeah,
of
yeah.
going Champions
Yeah.
Trophy straight
They
away.
can even
What
It's
about
rest
Vijay
business.
Hazare?
That if it happens.
But most of the teams haven't qualified.
I'm not-
Mumbai hasn't, Delhi hasn't for the next round. So
Club games happen, na?
yeah, that too they can.
Reliance would be playing a match. India Cement
But all
plays
of
a
that is
match.
T20.
The good level cricket.
T20, no?
We can organize.
Our team is playing Indian Oil. Couple of days from now.
No, but that's not that.
Yeah.
That's not that Indian oil. Arey, if they come, though,
Like
they
Air
hire
India,
cricketers.
Yeah.
Air
for
India,
those games.
ONGC.
No, but-
I mean, the
ONGC
I
is a
think
good
ONGC
one.
was
ONGC is very
ONGC
good.
is very
Air
I think
India.
Sehwag played ONGC. At one point, this one, Charandeep was
Yeah.
ONGC.
Most
Arey,
of the
abhi
big players have
Ashish-
played for ONG.
Navdeep
no,
Saini was playing
Mithun
until
Manas was ONGC.
Navdeep
Yeah,
Saini was playing
Navdeep
until
Saini.
very recently.
Ishan Sharma, ONGC.
ONGC, I think, are the giants. They dominate
Yeah,
this
yeah.
particular.
They at one point used to have, we played a match actually, Media 11 versus ONGC 11. Their team, more than half their team was India
Former
players,
India stars.
and all their entire team was first class.
Wow.
So everyone.
Nitish Rana
this one
also?
was also there. Kaif's brother, Mohammad Saif.
Saif.
Fast all-rounder. So that
Nitish
was their
Rana
team.
as well.
No,
Nitish
Rana,
Rana?
I think plays for
No.
No?
Mithun Manas was there, I remember.
Air India also has a very good side.
Air India.
Has
yeah.
Akash also.
Yeah. Akash, I think it was Air India.
Air India.
Kaif, Akash, all these are Air India players. Vijay Dhaiya.
Yeah.
That
All
was
Delhi stalwarts. in that
Air
sense,
India.
yeah.
Okay, but the one name we talked about KL, we talked about the two Indian stalwarts. But what about Shubman Gill? Number 3. That
He's
opening.
but opening you
But
Yashasvi
if
has
you ask me,
Yashasvi
I'm going
Rohit
Yashasvi ahead of
exactly. Then where does
Again, see,
Shubman
then
Gill go?
we're mixing formats. If
Yeah,
we are
but
going to do
Yashasvi
that.
thought T20 also, is
Also,
too good.
Yeah,
Tests
but
also
no,
is
but
too
we are
good.
mixing formats for Shubman over here then. We are
No, but
dropping him
this
because of
actually-
his bad
but
form.
because
and
where
of
do you
the
fit him in?
competition he's getting
See,
now.
Shubman did
No,
do
but-
well in the previous
Yeah.
ODI series as well as in the BGT. He's not done well in that.
That's what. So at the moment, I actually don't see him playing.
See, if Shubman plays, then none of Shreyas or anybody else.
You'll play him in the middle order.
Why are you telling
Number
me
three.
this with this sad
Number,
face?
where will Virat play?
Arey, number 3 is Virat
Number
Kohli.
4,
bhai.
let's
Arey yaar.
King, where
Number
will the
four.
king go?
Then
King will
Shubman-
go at
Number 4. Then where will
KL will be
Shreyas?
Number 3.
Shreyas doesn't play.
See, number
He'll
1.
play KL ahead of Shreyas.
Number 1 is Rohit Sharma.
Number two
three-
is Jaiswal.
Number 3 is Virat Kohli.
Number
Now
11
you
is
make the
Jasprit
rest of
Bumrah.
your-
Shubman at 4.
And number 11 Bumrah. You just fill in the
but
blanks.
I'm talking about batting.
KL will be 5.
Spinner do you
Where
have?
will Hardik play?
Washi will play. Washi was playing till.
Jadeja?
Off spinner.
7.
No, go to
No
off
Washi
spinner.
then.
No quality spinners that way.
Arey,
Washi or... See, will you play in
excuse me,
Aksa?
sir. Hardik Pandya.
Aksar, you played in the
6.
previous series.
Number 6.
Surya Kumar Yadav.
No.
In ODIs.
Yeah, no.
No.
Why not? He was
No
part
way.
of your World Cup team.
And we know
Arey,
how
but
bad he was.
No way now. You're not
You know how
revisiting
bad he
Surya
was.
now.
Surya Kumar Yadav, you are committing
No, no, no.
suicide if you do
If-
it in ODIs.
If he has an outstanding T20 series, you're not
Doesn't
taking
matter.
No.
He has been woeful in ODIs.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Surya Kumar experiment is gone.
Also, he wasn't there, I think, in the Sri
No.
Lanka.
it. He was, I think.
No.
Not in the
Surya
ODIs.
was in the T20Is, not in the
Yeah.
ODIs.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I was looking at the clearly last two because I saw those squads. Last 2 matches he didn't play.
Surya,
I think that's an experiment.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's been shelved
gone.
now.
I'm not sure.
Surya is a bona fide
Please, let's
legend
not
in
make the same
T20Is,
mistake all over again.
But we can't have the same guy again trying to be Mr. 360, but he ends up minus 360 in ODIs. Please. Already we are trying to fit in a Shreyas Iyer and we are adding another headache in Surya Kumar Yadav. It can't happen.
Yeah,
Surya Kumar
Surya and
Yadav,
ODIs,
his
yeah.
time was done after he gloved Hazelwood to Josh Inglis in Ahmedabad.
KL Rahul did.
He played 2 games.
Yes, and Rishabh played the third.
Rishabh played 1, he averaged just 6 because he scored only 6 runs. And KL only 15.5 in the 2 games. Surya Kumar Yadav captained the team in the 3 ODI T20Is. It was a 3-0 sweep in Sri Lanka.
Surya wasn't there.
Surya wasn't there. Surya experiment ended. Surya jal gaya after Ahmedabad.
Okay, we'll have another
Jal gaya,
dugout
dal
where
gaya.
we are going to look
Surya
at.
jalta nahi jalata hai na. It's the pun on that movie.
We will do a debate. Today we are only restricting ourselves to the seniors. We will do a debate as to who should come in and not. Maybe tomorrow can be another.
Harshit
edition
Rana
of
was
the
there also.
Dugout. Can we have questions, please, Saransh?
Yeah, which is when we were all looking at him not making his debut, na?
He's become a
No,
capped
that was
player
T20
later.
South Africa.
Yeah.
The series.
No, that was South Africa.
South Africa. Yep.
No Surya.
There was no Surya, yeah.
Dhanush says Pant 050s, 4 ICC tournaments, going to start playing 11 Champions Trophy, and Shreyas 550 plus scores, 1 ICC tournament, going to play cool drink supply. He's saying that Pant will play and Shreyas will sit out, despite the fact that Pant doesn't have a great ODI record and
But
Shreyas Iyer
but
does.
Shreyas, after 2023, the diktat, it's harmed him in a big way.
No, but now
No,
I
how is
think
it
he's done
harmed it?
enough.
More than enough.
He harmed it. He was given a punishment. He's done his time. Now you can't
Why
hold
was
that
it? 2
against.
I
players
agree.
are only given punishment.
I agree. A lot of other.
Which is why when you mentioned the thing about equal yardstick in Indian cricket, it was laughable. There's never been an equal yardstick in Indian cricket. Please.
He went and won all the domestic tournaments that he wanted him to play. He won them, not just played.
I captained and won.
But I also
Except
liked his
VHT.
change of attitude. Earlier, 30 balls ke baad he would have problems. Now he said he can
But except VHT, huh?
pack more than that.
Shashwat, he didn't captain them to a win in VHT.
Yeah, first tournament.
Ummai are out, na?
Yeah.
Syed Mushtaq Ali helped them win.
Esmat, Irani,
Yeah.
He's
And
the-
Ranji.
No,
Yeah,
he
and
wasn't captain in Iran.
He wasn't the captain.
Rahane
he
was.
Rahane was.
Ajinkya was.
Okay.
If they, this just shows that Mumbai, if they still want to win something, they can clearly go out.
They
and-
are domestic
Mumbai are the
giants.
greatest
If you
team.
if
that
in a
has been
team you're
produced in
dropping IPL players, Prithvi Shaw you're dropping,
Today-
Angrish Raghuvanshi
today-
you're dropping.
Prithvi Shaw is no longer an
I saw
IPL
a very
player.
Angrish
loose
Raghuvanshi.
comment by Badrinath about
India. Shubman Gill.
Shubman saying if he was from Tamil Nadu, he would have been dropped. What is that comment about?
No, even Shrikant said
In
this.
the
No,
heat.
Shrikant said that I have never rated Gill.
Yeah.
But this comment that if Gill
I
was from
found
Tamil
it
Nadu.
so out of place.
Yeah.
When has Tamil Nadu produced so many players of pedigree
No,
that
and
Mumbai
when a Tamil Nadu player has been, there's been bias against them.
No,
that
that-
they are from that
no,
state,
no,
so
no, no.
bias.
There hasn't been.
That's what he's into.
Badrinath in the heat of the moment. I mean, Subbu, I know he's a very calm guy, very mature, but I don't know that he made that kind
Unless
of
he's
pandering to the.
no, also what happened with Ashwin, but I don't think that has anything to do.
I was
No,
just
no,
about to say that, but
I do
it's
sort of-
misplaced.
Look,
misplaced.
whoever rakes up this bias thing doesn't know which era he's living in.
No,
okay?
it's misplaced, but I think it's coming from a place where you're seeing a Sai Sudarshan score runs after runs after runs continuously. He's not stop scoring runs. He's scoring continuously. He's scoring,
but
and
then
you're
Priyank
giving a
Panchal
longer
hold
run.
my
so,
water.
so same. No, if you're looking at people that have been given a raw deal, there are so many. Right now there is Sarfraz as well.
Yeah, Priyank Panchal
Abhimanyu
for so
Ishwaran
many
is
years.
also there.
Yeah.
Priyank Panchal has been there for so long.
The greatest name who couldn't come in the 90s and took Amol Musumdar.
Yeah.
Muzumdar
So
never
I'm
got
saying
a
that
run,
that it. I agree that some players have been given a raw deal, but let's not bring the state into it.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
When you're talking in
My
that
favorite player is from Tamil Nadu. He's not getting a chance.
Sai Kishore.
Rachin Ravindra's twin.
I was about to
But
say
it's
that.
not got anything to do with the state.
Yeah. And anyway, by that state
No, even N.
argument,
Jagdishan for that matter. We
Yeah.
never even talk about him.
by that same state argument, I would have to remind Badrinath, Jagdishan, Sai Kishore, when they are part of Chennai Super Kings, they never got that much of a game time.
True.
Aparajit, both the Babas twins
Babas.
never got a good run.
But Sai Kishore to never got a game from Chennai.
Which is why I was glad he
But
went
he's
out of
really
Chennai.
close to MS,
And
right?
it didn't do him a lot
Sai
of good.
Kishore. Yeah.
But
I-
Sai Kishore at
Come
least
very
got
well.
games.
Comparatively
Maybe
more.
should have played him.
For 3 years, Chennai didn't play him.
That's why maybe
That's the
there's
thing.
too much communication
Yeah.
between them.
Sridhar,
Sometimes being very close to the captain is not a good thing.
No,
because you are
but
easy to be dropped.
There was something I was really no.
Yeah,
there was
I missed that bit.
that Sai Kishore and MS are very close. I think so. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, but there was just one thing that I was thinking in the morning when Vishy sir was doing the morning rap. No, not the morning rap. What Ravi Shastri said that there should be communication should be clear.
on the Shami.
There is no communication. There is no this. There is no that. But why wasn't all of this when he was the coach?
No, his communication was very clear, but they didn't
No, but it
follow
was
up
with
on all of that.
selective players. It was.
No, it was clear that Kuldeep is the best spinner. The communication was clear. yet
But where was
not
he
played.
best? He was best in India.
That's what I'm saying. Communication was there, but does not mean what you communicate, you follow up also.
Yes.
You say,
But that communication was to the media or with inside the team as well.
no.
Because at that time, many players said that there is no communication.
I don't know.
Then this is
Communication,
something I don't.
BCCI. We were also told after
No, but
Bangalore
then you
that
should not
KL
come out
Rahul
and
will
say
be
when
playing.
You're the commentator just for the sake of saying it. It's too out of place. Because when he was the coach, there was no sort of communication. It's
Things
still better
are-
now.
Things are easier when you're off the field. When you're
But
on the
yeah,
field, it's very
okay,
difficult.
I understand it. Once you're off the field, when you're not been there and you're talking from outside, I understand. But once you've been there, not done that, and still you're coming out and saying
But
that
he
again.
achieved everything as coach. Yeah, come on, yeah.
Except an
To
ICC.
This is
BCCI.
the greatest traveling team ever
Ever.
to have played for India.
Nikalo pitch ko.
Actually, it's true.
Iconic
It's
that.
true. Under Shastri,
Don't create that controversy again.
What is true?
Because then
How
Virat
is it
was
true?
asked in the press conference.
I would say it was the
What do you think? The reporter said, I don't think so. Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah, they are the second best traveling team that they had.
See,
because-
different eras,
Yeah.
different times.
See, under Dravid's thing,
Then
they
we
won
can
in West
debate.
Indies and
Second best
England.
is no debate. Now then, best or not?
Not the best. They were second best.
Over.
Sridhar Savaikar, Kohli has done well in tests when he played more ODIs that year and did well.
Interesting.
2023, yes, I would agree on that part. ODI is his go-to. He
Yeah.
just understands how to build innings in ODI, which benefits him in tests also. Harsha also said it. Thoughts?
It's interesting comment, Sridhar. I think you make a very valid point. Not too many ODIs this calendar year. Probably that's also led to his. But then previous years also he didn't have a great time while he was playing a lot of ODIs. There could be a correlation there.
2023, if you look out at last time he had a good test and ODI record was in 2023. He averaged 55 in tests in 2023. So, Mayank Gupta, Mr. Gavaskar and Mr. Kohli are legends, but their behavior on field in commentary, especially the name taking in Hindi, is questionable. Sachin and Dravid are the real ambassadors of Indian cricket and best batsmen.
Yeah, I mean, but all of this takes me to this other thing, that it's not a player's job to be an ambassador. His job is to play cricket.
Yeah.
You will love him, hate him on the basis of how he plays. Right. I mean, I don't think that Ricky Ponting was the greatest ambassador, but he's one of the greatest to have played the game.
Yes.
Was Greg Chappell the greatest ambassador? No, but he's one of the greatest to have played for Australia.
Yeah.
By the way, the biggest name of them all, Sadon,
Yeah.
wasn't the greatest ambassador,
He was a terrible selector.
but he is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Can I don't want to, not just a terrible selector. If I would put it mildly, he wasn't really a likable character.
Yes. Ian Chappell's
Shane Warne?
No,
testimony.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Shane
A lot
Warne.
of people. Not the greatest. But
best
see,
player.
but then that's how you
Virat.
look at it. That's how, see, I think Shane Warne is a great ambassador. No, I'm just saying Shane Warne is a great ambassador, and so is Virat, by the way. But it's your definition of what ambassador
yeah.
is. Does it mean that
the
just being on good behavior on the
expectation,
field
yeah.
makes you a great ambassador, or does popularizing a sport makes you a great ambassador? Because if that is the case, I think both Virat and Shane Warne did a lot to
Yeah.
popularize the game. So many kids have taken up the sport. Yeah, you don't want to follow their footsteps as to sometime, but I guess that's the edge that they used to look at.
Don't you think at times that, see, what I personally feel is that because cricket is a team sport, I think even your personality plays a huge role. If it's an individual game, then I do understand it doesn't really matter. But in team sports, I think the personalities also do
the
contribute
opposite.
in some ways.
No, it does, but then all 11 can't be same.
Yeah, they can't be same, but
That's
you know
the
what?
whole difference.
Yeah, they can't be same, but still, I think it does leave in him. See, maybe not as a player, but definitely as a leader, it does.
Sure, but then sometime when you see a leader fight, then you also, if you see a leader surrender, then you also kind
No,
of
but
back
I
down.
think it all should boil down to what everyone inside the team feels about it.
Yeah, see, I give you another example. We all are hailing the Argentine team that won the FIFA World Cup, led by one of the greatest players ever in Messi. But did they follow did they mind their P's and Q's and followed everything to the T? No. I think in competitive sport, things got very ugly on so many occasions.
Argentina, Netherlands.
But at the
Netherlands,
end of the
yeah.
day, you'll only remember who the winners were.
Exactly.
But so I guess it happens in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
There are some people who can keep their cool. I'm sure
Sachin.
there were a few in there in the Argentine squad also who could be quiet, but there were some who, fought like a pack of dogs and
Yeah.
like a pack of wolves stood by each other. That's fine. That's sport.
Correct. Yeah.
No, Rodrigo de Paul, he would always, and one can't forget that match against the Netherlands. Things got so very ugly. The coach of the opposition was involved. Messi was so emotive. You don't see that from Messi either. So yeah, things get heated.
Ashish Dhar. Wished we had Sunil Gavaskar as head coach, Rahul Dravid as batting coach, and Kapil Dev as bowling coach. Wow, this coaching setup inspires little confidence.
But coaching isn't about teaching, na? It's about man management at the
Yeah,
end of
yeah,
the day.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I
Like
do.
now, you don't have batting coaches na, anymore.
No, I do
Assistant
agree.
coaches.
No, I do agree with the fact that not necessarily big names make great coaches.
Yeah.
I think I was doing an Instagram live yesterday with Kef, I did, and he made a very interesting point there. He says, see, it also depends on the culture of a country, like what kind of coach suits you, which is something we've also discussed. Like Greg Chappell's not a bad coach, but he was the wrong coach for a Indian team.
Yeah.
The same Greg Chappell was outstanding as a selector for Australia.
Australia, yes.
That same mindset worked in that setup. In his analysis of the video that you did, just gives you an insight of what a genius he is. It's just the setup. So, but what kind of coaches work for India? John Wright,
Yeah. Behind the scenes.
Gary Kirsten, behind the scenes. It's
Rahul
it's not
Dravid.
to say two things. If I was to give you an example
Should
of,
we say Duncan?
no. It's a question of like marriage, right? Sometimes two people come together and it doesn't work out. Doesn't mean that once they go their separate ways, either of them were bad. It's just that they didn't
The
get along.
union didn't
and
work,
they
yeah.
could then meet different people with which they could have a longer relationship. It's just that.
Yep.
It's just, personalities, that positive, negative energy, how it matches, where it's like a battery, right? You have to have a negative side and a positive side, and that's how you balance it. I think it's that. So big names don't matter. I think the setup matters, that mentality in that setup, who can gel how much with who. All of that, I think, is very like, I give you another example. Anil Kumble, I can't imagine him not being a good coach. It's just that at that time it didn't gel between players and him.
Only Gavaskar, I think, among this entire thing hasn't been a coaching setup in the
No,
Indian team.
he was in the setup. He in that 2004-05 BGT that happened in India. He was a batting consultant.
Okay.
He was just invited by the BCCI, just as Dhoni went, remember, for that T20 World Cup.
World Cup, yeah.
So
21.
he was asked to be a batting consultant with the team.
Dhoni went as a mentor.
Mentor, yeah.
Mentor.
This was like a batting consultant sort of a role, not in the active coaching setup. But after that, he also chose not.
Everyone keeps people according to them. It's never like a protocol that you need a batting coach or you don't.
No, you do need I think there were batting coaches or whatever, but I think
This
they got
time
him as a
you don't have,
consultant as well. Like a lot of time Australian teams come with their bowling coaches, but they take a local.
But
Yeah.
why
Player
Abhishek
as a-
Nair hasn't been given the name of a batting coach and he's been given the name of an assistant coach?
End of the day,
Job
work
titles
is
can be
pretty much-
deceiving at times. Job titles can be deceiving at times.
Ah,
No need of
yeah, with Gambhir being,
being the batter.
he can be batting coach also.
Because no need of naming the batter.
No, then for Rahul Dravid also you should not have had a batting coach.
Could have. Maybe he wanted that setup.
Yeah.
Coaches decide, na.
Because they go a long way now.
Abhishek Nair has stopped. Personal
Yeah,
coaching
when
he used to
Ravi,
give earlier, na?
Now he
Of course,
can't,
yeah.
na.
Now it's a
He
full-time
can't.
job, na?
He has given to two men. Who all has he given it to?
Shreyas Iyer also, I think one of them was.
Rinku he has.
Tinku, Shreyas, DK,
DK he has,
DK.
yes.
Went to
Yes,
DK
Abhishek
had
Nair.
very high
Angresh
praise for him.
Raghuvanshi. Yeah.
He had high praise for DK.
Angresh Raghuvanshi, same school of thought.
Okay. We got.
Virat Kohli.
Oh my God! But it can't be him because of rupees.
Yeah.
He has a
sweet.
very simple. Where to watch India
Very
versus
sweet.
England T20 ODI series? Confusion between Hotstar and Jio Cinema.
I think it's the
You should
former.
be bothered. You're going to be playing.
Yeah.
Former.
Because he's made one more comment. To
So
Suppose
he
he
wants to
highlights,
know,
na?
do you watch it in India or in UK?
UK so we can't tell, na?
Broadcast.
Never been there.
Sky.
We are not so rich as him that we can come and go 2 days before the series and go in between two series and then come back again. That's really...
The series is going to be technically with Jio because Jio holds the right for this. But that merger, if it's complete, it will be called Jio Hotstar, right? So maybe you'll see it on that.
I
but
think it's the Hotstar app. I think they've been pushing it. And yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Basically, Hotstar app and Sports City TV channel.
Yeah. Sarthak Arya is like saying, I think the test debacle hardly matters because ODI is a completely different ball game and playing conditions would be completely different to Oz. Agreed. Virat Kohli. Outside off ball, nahi chhodunga. Okay, fine. We've got a star-spangled super chat. Jasprit
Jasprit
Bumrah
Bumrah.
joined in. Wow.
क्या हो रहा है आज?
I know.
The series is over now.
Yeah, I know. Ashish, the Rohit, the captain or the batter? What worries more? Batter.
Yeah, I think Rohit, the captain, there's no dip there. I think the issue did creep up in Test match cricket, but it adds on with your batting. I guess maybe the time has come where they will be making that transition into captaincy in Test match. But Rohit, the white ball captain, I still believe. I believe in Jassi Bhai.
Jassi
like
Bhai.
that. I believe in Rohit Bhai as captain.
I know. Who's our next guy? Jasprit Bumrah has joined in the super chat. पूरे सीरीज में थका दिया कितना बचाओ इन्हें
I think it's the
दिल
same guy
के
with different names.
कलेजा निकाल कर he's just told it. How cool I saved them. Yep.
Ah.
Mayank Gupta, on a lighter note, Shashwat is the Sam Constas of the show. Minus the hair. Making points with conviction. But without logic. You should prepare well and sit on show.
Come on, you should be kind at least in taking comments, Siddharth. I will take it next time.
Yeah.
Please don't take it again.
Obviously not. I just told him to be kind. Why will I be
Yeah.
unkind to you by taking it again?
Yep.
just to show him how to be kind.
But there's a silver lining in that comment as well. Again, it's been re-established that Shashwat is a certified international player.
He's an
And,
entertainer.
And he
Maybe
just
you
got
should
a
take this with pride. Constas could be a future superstar.
yeah.
Yep.
Already has a 50 to his name.
Yeah, that's true.
And he has the audacity to reverse rampant Jasprit Bumrah. Yaar. Come on.
That I loved it.
Kudos to him.
Ha.
Mayur Kashyap. In the affectionate remembrance of Indian cricket which died at the SCG, the bodies will be cremated and the ashes will be kept in Australia. It's a take on the ashes,
Yeah.
on the urn.
No, it wasn't that bad a performance, to be fair. Like, none of us predicted India to be winning, right?
But all of us predicted 3-1, but deep down we would not have wanted it, of course.
No, of course not. Of course not. And especially when you came so close. In Sydney, it was just a matter of one
You
day.
seem too close to
The
losing even more.
closest and the most heartbreaking
That's
was
what you came
Melbourne.
close to.
Melbourne, yeah.
Melbourne was heartbreaking. You could have still come to Sydney 1-1.
Little over 2 sessions, yeah, for survival's sake also.
One session you collapsed. That's why Melbourne for me was more heartbreaking than any of the other tests. Tanmoy Goswami, your BGT streams were by far the sanest and most watchable. I'm a recent follower. Thank you for your work. Thank you, Tanmoy.
Thank you so much. You made our day. See,
Yes.
I wish this had come
And
yesterday, but I welcome
this
it with
is-
both arms today.
can I tell you, this is what we work for, not for the number of views. Honestly telling you, it's the feedback. If it's good, if you guys enjoy it, even if it's limited to a few people, that's our endeavor. That's what we want. We want to be a nice, healthy platform that discusses cricket on merit.
Yes.
No personal biases. That's our attempt.
Some personal pot shots, but yeah, that's fine.
No, but that is on basis on performance.
You're
No,
use-
I'm talking about us.
You're
Amongst
using-
us, though, we can
You're
have
using
much
too
bias.
much of pot shots today to highlight your statement.
No, no, that's forgotten now.
Pushkar Singh from Australia. Do you think ultra nationalism started with India A games? How is that?
There was a few of wrong decisions given when Ishan Kishan was. They were
Ah, okay.
Right from Mackay.
Ah, yeah, it started there.
Yeah.
Ishan
The media circus began all the way from that time.
But
from
they
Mackay.
start the pressure tactics from there only. They always do.
Yeah. Okay.
Tanmay Goswami.
Request, please don't use suicide as a cricketing metaphor.
I agree.
Suicide is a big public health crisis and cricket itself is a sordid history of suicide.
No, it takes
Noted.
me-
Very, very good point.
Very good point. In fact, somebody had pointed out that we should stop saying death overs as well. Because in the shortest format, we tend to say that too. Because
but good point here, because I
Noted.
was once long ago doing a television broadcast for a live match. I did use that word, and I was told not to.
Oh.
Very, very good point.
We will ensure that we don't use that even for the death overs.
death overs also. There are those
No,
out there.
but then that's just a name given.
But
But,
again,
here,
it's-
you're using it a bit lightly, I think.
That also people who've had a problem with it say that you're trivializing the
It
the
might
word.
trigger
No,
something.
but then that's the word, right? Like, I mean, it's like, I don't know, silly point. But you're saying, oh, you're disrespecting the fielder by calling him silly, but it's just the name. That's a nomenclature that you've gone with. But here, it's not that. We can
No, no,
definitely
yeah.
use any other word other than
Loosely, we
use
shouldn't
suicide.
Use that term.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Noted, I also used it in the dugout. I will take care of it and I don't use it in the next Sartakarya. Rohit, Gill, Virat, Pandya, Aksar, Kuldeep, Arsh, Shami, Bumrah should be confirmed 9. Any two of Pant, KL and Iyer should play based on performance in England series. That we'll have a separate dugout tomorrow. We'll take this one. It's gone. Just take it.
Okay, the Scott Shrikant from US says, hello Nikhil, does Pant deserve a place given KL, Sanju are much superior white ball batters? Why this fixation with Pant to force a fit in all formats? I kind of agree. See, I think Pant also has an X factor and you want to continue with him for longer duration, that's fine. And he's a very good wicket keeper as well. But I think if you are going to have that setup now, you're going to have batting till 9, 10, 11 and you want to put in as many batters and the best batters. I agree at the moment, as awkward as it sounds, but both KL and Sanju seem to have far better numbers than Pant.
Especially Sanju.
Yeah,
So
true that. I am with you.
the squad Shrikant
Yeah,
from the
we've taken
US.
that just
Okay.
now. While you were
ATR.
changing your mic.
Yeah.
ATR has just sent us some love.
Love.
And he retracted his message. So
Exactly.
on that note, we're going to take your leave because I have got a call and I have to be somewhere.
Yes.
But as always, great having you guys for company. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Maybe we can do a bit more detailed, threadbare analysis of the squad and try and pick up 15, 16, 17. Look forward to your company.
Only allowed, not
They took
BGT.
19 just now, not to Australia.
No, there too
I
you
know,
can
we're
take
doing
na.
champions. No, we have to do England. You can carry as well.
Acha.
We'll see.
No, we'll pick champions only.
Only.
Only champions will be picked
Acha.
for the Champions Trophy.
Okay, we'll think about it. We'll come tomorrow. You guys take care. Have a good Tuesday. Anything you wanted to say, Shah? Bye bye. Good night. Nandri.
Vanakkam. Shubhratri. Eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble.
Stay safe. Stay healthy. Bye bye.